Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to take a journey into the cloud. We're going to break down the fundamentals of Amazon Web Services, AWS. We're going to cut right through all the jargon and really see what it's all about. All right, let's dive right into the single biggest shift in thinking the cloud brought us. See, in the old days, if you wanted to launch an app, you had to go out and buy these powerful, really expensive servers up front. It was this huge fixed investment, and you were basically just guessing how much power you'd need. Well, the cloud just flips that on its head. Now, you treat computing power just like electricity. It's a variable expense. You rent exactly what you need, only when you need it. And that, right there, is the real game changer. And this leads us right to the official definition. It's all about the on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet. So think of it like this. You have instant access to this massive global computer. You need a server, a database, some complex analytics tools. Bam, they're all right there for you, instantly. And the best part? You only pay for the seconds or minutes you actually use them. So here's the journey we're going to take together. We'll kick things off with the why, the actual business case for the cloud. Then we're going to peel back the curtain and see its physical foundation. After that, we'll get our hands dirty with the core building blocks, learn how to build smart and strong applications, and then tackle the super important topic of security. And finally, we'll look to the future and the vast ecosystem that's out there waiting.
First up, why even go to the cloud? What are the really compelling reasons that drive millions of businesses, from tiny startups to massive enterprises, to move their entire operations over to services like AWS?
And here's the thing, these benefits are all connected. It's this incredibly powerful cycle. See, because AWS buys hardware at a massive scale, you get much lower prices. And because you stop guessing about capacity, you don't overspend. And when you stop pouring money and time into just running data centers, you can focus your teams on what really matters, innovating. This boosts your speed and agility like crazy. You can deploy your application to serve customers in Tokyo or Dublin in minutes, not months. Okay, so we know why businesses are moving to the cloud, but where is it? The cloud isn't just some abstract concept floating up in the sky. It's a huge physical network of hardware that spans the entire globe. So let's take a look at that foundation. Everything starts with what are called AWS regions. A region is just a distinct geographical area, like the US East Coast, or Ireland, or Singapore. AWS has these placed strategically all over the world, which lets you put your applications close to your customers for faster performance and to meet any local data rules. Now, inside each of those regions, there are multiple availability zones, or AZs for short, and this is the really clever part. These are physically separate data centers. Think of them as totally independent buildings with their own power, their own cooling, their own networking. They're close enough to talk to each other super fast, but far enough apart that a disaster in one won't take out the others. So why does this matter so much? Well, imagine you build your entire application and you put it all in just one of these AZs. If something goes wrong there, a power failure, a network glitch, you name it, your whole application just goes down. Gone. It's what we call a single point of failure. And this is the brilliant solution. By designing your application to run across multiple AZs, you build in what's called fault tolerance. So now, if one AZ fails, traffic just automatically gets rerouted to the healthy ones, and your users, they don't experience any downtime at all. This is the absolute bedrock of building a highly available and resilient system in the cloud. Okay, so we've got the global foundation down. Now let's look at the core toolkit. These are the fundamental Lego blocks that you use to build pretty much anything you can imagine on AWS. We're talking compute, storage, and networking. The first and maybe the most fundamental building block is compute. And Amazon EC2 is the absolute workhorse of AWS. It's basically a virtual server in the cloud. You can pick from hundreds of different types. Some are great for memory, others for raw processing power, and you can launch one in just a few seconds, paying only for what you use. Next up, you obviously need a place to put all your data, and AWS gives you different kinds of storage for different jobs. You've got block storage like EBS, which acts just like a traditional hard drive for your EC2 servers. Then there's object storage, like the incredibly popular S3, which is perfect for storing huge amounts of files like images, videos, and backups. And finally, file storage, like EFS, which gives you a shared file system that lots of servers can access at the same time. And finally, you have to connect everything together securely. And Amazon VPC lets you carve out your own private, totally isolated network right inside the AWS Cloud. You get complete control over this virtual environment. You decide what gets to talk to the internet and what stays completely private. It's like building your own secure data center, but without any of the hardware headaches. So we have the blocks. But, having a pile of Legos is one thing. Building a strong, efficient structure is something else entirely. So let's look at how we actually put these services together to create really powerful applications. Two super important concepts here are scalability and elasticity. Think of it this way. Scalability is like building a bigger highway because you expect more traffic over the next year. It's proactive. But elasticity is the real magic of the cloud. It's like having the power to instantly add or remove lanes on that highway in real time, right as traffic jams appear and disappear. This reactive approach means you are never, ever paying for idle capacity. So how does this elasticity actually work in practice? Well, it's a team effort. First, you have the elastic load balancer. It acts like the traffic cop, directing all the incoming requests smoothly across all your servers. At the same time, you have the auto-scaling group acting as the supervisor, constantly watching the traffic. If things get busy, boom, it instantly launches new servers to help out. And when things quiet down, it just sends them away. They work in perfect sync to give you a seamless, totally cost-effective experience. All right, now that we know how to build powerful apps, we have to tackle a huge question. How do we keep them secure? A common mistake is thinking that security is all handled by the cloud provider. The reality, it's a partnership. It's a shared responsibility between AWS and you. This is called the shared responsibility model. So AWS is responsible for the security of the cloud. That means they protect the physical data centers, the hardware, the networking, all the global infrastructure that runs all the services. You, as the customer, are responsible for security in the cloud. This means securing your data, managing who gets access to what, and setting up your network firewalls correctly. We've covered the absolute essentials, right? Compute, storage, networking, scalability, security. But honestly, that is just the tip of the iceberg. The AWS ecosystem has over 200 services designed for pretty much any task you can dream up. I mean, take databases, for example. Instead of installing and managing them all yourself, you can just choose a managed service. Need a traditional database for a standard app? Amazon RDS has you covered. Building a massive internet-scale app to need split-second responses? A NoSQL database like DynamoDB is ready to go. And what about all the cutting-edge tech like AI? AWS puts it right at your fingertips. You can tap into these powerful generative AI models using Amazon Bedrock without being an expert. Or if you are an expert, you can use a tool like SageMaker to build, train, and deploy your very own custom models. And that same idea applies all across the board. Whether you need to analyze massive lakes of data, or connect and manage millions of smart IoT devices, or stream video globally, there's a purpose-built tool ready for you. And the toolkit is always expanding, so you can focus on your challenge, not on building the plumbing from scratch. So we've gone on a journey from the core economic idea of the cloud to its physical foundation and all the way to its most essential building blocks. AWS provides this incredibly powerful set of tools that gives everyone access to technology that was once only available to the biggest companies. The real power is in combining them in new and creative ways. The tools are here. So the only question left is, what will you build?